Welcome to 5.7. We're going to plot some points and make straight lines. You need a straight edge today because we're going to plot straight lines. There's a little hint. You can use your ID, by the way. And so you can plot the point -10, -4. So x is -10, y is -4. That's point A. Point B is -6, -2. Point C is -2, 0. Point D is 2, 2. Point E is 6, 4. And point F is x is 10, y is 6. And notice those come out in a straight line. So how many points are on a line? Well, we've been plotting points where there's good intersections, but are there points with fractions and decimals in between there? Are there points in this direction, points in direction? How many points on a straight line? There are an infinite amount of points along the line. So let's plot the ordered pair 3, 7. So x is 3, y is 7. X is 1, y is 6. X is 0, y is 5.5. All right, so x is 0, y is 5, halfway between 5 and 6. X is -1, y is 5, is right there. X is -2, y is 4.5. Well, where is 4.5? Well, 0.5 is a half, so it's -2. 4.5 is halfway between 4 and 5. X is -3, y is 4. Notice they are all along a line. So there are other points with fractions and decimals along the line. Right, so let's plot the ordered pair 5.5, 2. X is 5.5, right? So that's halfway between 5 and 6. Y is 2. 3.5, 0. X is halfway between 3 and 4, 3.5, 0. 1.5, -2. So x is halfway between 1 and 2, and then -2 down there. X is -1/2. That's halfway between 0 and -1, and then we're going down to -4. X is -2.5. Y is -6. Halfway between -2 and -3 is -2.5, and there's -2, -6. -4.5 is halfway between -4 and -5, and -8. What quadrant is this point in? Well, it's in quadrant 1, right? Both coordinates are positive. These 3 points are in what quadrant? They're in quadrant 3. We don't have any points in quadrant 2, and we have one point here, right there, is in quadrant 4. The one with a 0 in it is on the x-axis. Plot the ordered pairs. X is -6, y is 8. -4, 3.5, so that's halfway between 3 and 4. -4, 3.5. Oh, I put it in the wrong spot because it'd be -4, 3.5. -2, -1. -2, -1. 0, -5.5. 0, -0, -5.5. So there's -5, so it'll be halfway between. And 2, -10. Lines are always straight and extend forever in both directions, so there's only one line through any 2 points. So plot the ordered pairs and draw a line through the points. So we're going to plot -6, x is -6, y is +10, way up there, and x is 4, y is 5. And now we're going to draw a line through the points. So notice, there are how many points that go through this point? Well, how many lines go through? There's an infinite amount of lines that go through that point. There's an infinite amount of lines that go through that point. But there's only one that goes through them both. right? And so now we're going to draw a line. A line has arrows on both ends, and you want to make it long enough because it goes, right? These lines go on forever, right? And we want to show that with the arrows. They don't stop at 10 and negative 10. I'm going to do a different line on the same graph. So we have -3, -8, -3, -8 down here, and +7, -2 down there. And we're going to draw the one and only line that goes through those 2 points. And there it is. Now, how many points total on this line? Not 2. There are an infinite amount of points. That looks like 0, 6 is on it, but there's some ones with decimals and fractions. There's one down here. There's an infinite amount of points on a line, but it only takes 2 to define a line or draw a line. It takes 2 of the infinite amount of points on a line to draw the entire line. All right, so we're going to plot -4, +8, and 2, +6, and draw the one and only line through the points. There it is. We're going to have arrows on both ends. Is there another line that could be drawn through the 2 points? No. There's only one line that goes through those 2 points. List some other points on the line. Okay, so now let's look. It looks like that point's on the line, which that's -1, 7. I'm going to draw this line a little bit better, more accurately since we're doing this, because I feel like I don't think I quite got it perfect. All right, so that's better. So what else we got? Oh, here's another one. So that's 5, right? 5 is on this line. Here's another one. 8, 4 is on this line. And right, there's some, these are, by the way, right, those are thirds, if you want to figure that out. So this point is 6. What is this point? Well, it's 2/3 of the way to 5. That's 6, 4, and 2/3. Now, why did I know it was 2/3? Right, because there's 2 equidistant points in between 4 and 5 there. So there's, right, this is 6, right, and 4 and 2/3, and the one right next to it is 5, 4 and 1/3. Now we don't usually graph a lot of fractions, but I do want you to be able to do 0.5 and a half. But you can figure out what the coordinates of these fractional ones that are in between the whole numbers. They are there. There's an infinite amount of points. When a line crosses the y-axis, it's called the y-intercept. So where does this red line cross the y-axis? At what location? It crosses at 0, 7. Right? So the y, we call that the y-intercept. You can't abbreviate that y, because when you put y all by itself, that's a y coordinate. The x-intercept is what? Where does it cross the x-axis? It crosses right there. So what's that? The x-intercept is 8, 0. So we're going to, let's look at here. So the y-intercept this time, we'll do that in blue as well. The y-intercept is what? The y-intercept is 0, -5. That's our y-intercept of that one. And intercept comes from the same word as interception, right? If you intercept a football, the defender crosses in front of the receiver and steals the pass. In here, the blue line here is crossing in front of the y-intercept, and so the y-intercept is 0, -5. Then it crosses in front of the x-intercept over here, or the x-axis. It crosses in front of the x-axis, and the x-intercept here is -10, 0. Notice that y-intercepts will start with a 0 because they're on the y-axis. X-intercepts end in 0 because they're on the x-axis. Find the x and y-intercepts. Okay, so the y-intercept is right here, 0, 6. That's our y-intercept. It's where it crosses the y-axis. Notice you can't abbreviate any of these things. There's a y-intercept, a y-axis, and then that 6 there, right? That part of that 6 is the y-coordinate, right? The 0 is the x-coordinate. So there's a y-coordinate, a y-intercept, a y-axis. Now, what is the x-intercept? It has one. It's right there. So what must end in a 0. So what do we think it is? Well, notice what's going on here. It seems to be going down 1 over 2, down 1 over 2, down 1 over 2. So what would be over 2 from 10? Yeah, you can sort of figure this out, that the x-intercept there must have been 12, 0. Let's try that one. All right, so where does this one cross the x and y axis? Actually crosses them both at the same time. Crosses them both at 0, 0. So the x-intercept is 0, 0, and the y-intercept is 0, 0, because 0, 0 is on both the x and y axis. So that one has the same x and y-intercept. Y-intercepts always start with 0, x-intercepts always end with 0. So plot the intercepts 0, 6, and negative 5, 0, and draw a line through the points. Now, so you should be able to look, I didn't draw that all that great, but right, this must be a y-intercept. The x-coordinate is 0 in a y-intercept. This one must be the x-intercept because the y-coordinate is 0. Let's do another one. Same thing. So that's a y-intercept, 0, negative 9. And 4, 0 is an x-intercept. And there is only one and only one point that goes through those. So let's practice. Plot the ordered pairs and draw a line through the points. So we have 4, negative 8, 2, negative 4, 0, 0, negative 2, positive 4, and negative 4, 8, right? So what's nice about this lesson is they should come out in a straight line. Now this time it says draw a line through the points. So we're going to do that. And those are 5 points along the line, but how many total? There are an infinite amount of points, but I had you draw those 5. List 5 points along the line in the t-table. List at least one point with a fraction and another with a negative. All right, so here's an easy one, 0, 0. They don't have to go in any order. Here's another one, 2, 1. Here's another one, x is negative 2, y is negative 1, right? So there I've got at least one with a negative. Now I got to, right, here's 4, 2. I could do way down there. That's negative 10, negative 5. All right, so now let's see if we can find one with fractions. So what would this one be right there? I just did it in blue. Well, x would be 1, and we're halfway to 1. So that's 1, 1/2. Yeah. Let's try this one right there. So x is half, well, that one's, well, no, let's not do that one. Let's do this one right there, sorry. So x is negative 3, and y is halfway between negative 1 and negative 2. That's negative 1.5. Yeah, it works that way. So let's do this one right here. So x is 7, y is halfway between 3 and 4. You could write 3.5 or 3.5. Find the x and y intercepts. Ooh, okay. So here is 6, 0. That is our x-intercept. Our y-intercept doesn't look, did I just draw this badly? I think I just drew this badly. Okay, I'll fix it, but that is 0, 3. Yeah, because notice the pattern. It is going over 2 and up 1. Like that. All right, so the y-intercept is the 0, 3. Good luck with the homework.